So my goal is to explain every tab on the SafeParlay platform before we officially launch. We have a tentative month of April 2026. So that is actually next month. We just got to set on the actual day. But my goal here is to explain what the platform is, what it does, and have you guys ask questions leading up to the actual launch date. So let's start with the dashboard. Some of these things are pretty self-explanatory, but I'll still go through them. The total balance here that shows how much money you actually have in your SPAR account. To actually purchase SPAR when we launch, you would simply hit Get SPAR. Right now, we have not set what one US dollar or USDT equates to SPAR tokens, but once we do, that will be communicated at launch once we've completed all of our pre-sales. All right, next up we have Convert SPAR. That simply means to sell your SPAR. If you have SPAR in your wallet, you can simply hit Convert SPAR and it will turn it back into USDT or USD, and that will go back to your crypto wallet. All right. And lastly, what we have here is Get SPAR and Lock. So for the people that are familiar with SafeParlay, the thing that makes us so great and so different is that when you actually lose a parlay, you don't lose your money. Your money's simply locked up, right? And once your money's actually locked up in a 12-month lock pool, every transaction, so every buy, every sell, every parlay place, a percentage of that goes to the 12-month lock pool. So if you lost your parlay, in theory, while everybody else is interacting on the platform, and let's say you decide to re-enter as well, a percentage of that is actually going to whatever you have locked up as well, okay? So in theory, that's how you can actually earn there. So some people may decide to just bypass the whole, let me place a parlay, let me just purchase this and have it sit for a year. I don't recommend anyone doing this unless they plan on letting it sit for a year. Or if you just want to get your rewards, let it stack up. And then if you want to unstake early, you can do so with that actual penalty. All right, next up is the post-parlay clarity. So one thing I will say is disregard the numbers, right? So we're still fixing the logic on the back end. We're pretty much like 98% there. We will have everything completed and correct by the time we actually launch. That's why we're running bidding tester right now. But the post-parlay clarity, simply what that should be is a mirror to you if you gamble elsewhere, right? So let's say, for instance, you went to another gambling platform and you bet $100, right? And you lose $100. Your post-parlay clarity will show negative $100. Your SafeParlay advantage will be plus $100. Why? Because your advantage of using this platform, you didn't lose your money. Your money was just locked up. And so it will show that there. And like I said, once again, this is just simply a mirror to show you your advantage of actually being here than elsewhere. And it's also the reversal, right? Let's say you would have won $300 elsewhere. Let's say that's your very first transaction here. That post-parlay clarity will show plus 300, and your SafeParlay advantage will then update at the end of the week. Because keep in mind, we pay out rewards for having correct parlays as well. It's just on a weekly basis, not a daily basis or per match basis. So in theory, you could essentially would have won $300 elsewhere, but what else would have happened throughout that week? Would you have lost all of that and some? Would you have breaking even? Would you have gotten more? Who knows, right? But at the end of the week, let's say for instance, if you would have gained $300 elsewhere, you gained 300 points here. So you would have moved up on the leaderboard. So in theory, you could in turn make more money here than you would have elsewhere, depending upon how well you did throughout the rest of the week. Because one loss doesn't ruin your weekly parlay pool. We take in consideration every single parlay placed during that week, and you get points. If you lose a parlay, you still get 1 point. And if you win the parlay, whatever amount of money you would have won elsewhere, that's how many points you win here. I hope that makes sense. All right, next is the SPAR market activity. This is probably the most exciting part for me because once again, we are not just a platform looking to make betting safer or wagering safer. This is also a cryptocurrency, right? So you can look at it from two different lenses here. The individuals that gamble, they're here to gamble, right? They're here to possibly win from current rewards or something like that. They want to have the competition going on. Do they care about the token value? In theory, they should, yes, but they're really just here to gamble, possibly win money, just like what everybody else does. But while that's going on, what's happening? They have to purchase the SPAR token in order to place wagers here. The safest place to place a wager, because again we take away that whole loss element of losing a parlay. So while they're purchasing the SPAR token, in theory that should make the token price go up. Can't promise that. This is not financial advice, all that good stuff. But in theory, just like with stock and anything else, when you purchase something, it should make the value go up. If someone sells, there's a sales tax as well. A percentage of that goes back to the platform as well. So we have a multitude of different ways how we can kind of help the token price throughout the activity of the platform. And when somebody loses a bet, right, their money is locked, right? We didn't just throw it away. They have $100 worth of, let's say they bet $100 and lost. They have $100 worth of SPAR token now that is now locked, which again helps the foundation of the token price. So it's like a beautifully built world to where everybody benefits everybody and everybody wins, if that makes sense. Going down here, we have current ranking for the week. Again, it shows 0 here. We're running beta testing. She hasn't placed a bet this week yet. The week just reset. But it shows out of 25 people, she's ranked number 5, 0 points, 0 prize share percentage. Once again, if she placed a bet and lost, it would have showed plus 1 point. And whatever her prize share would have been, probably wouldn't have been anything because that just would have been 1 point. All right. Also, what we have here is a recent entry. So these are old wagers that were actually placed, and your lock summary. The lock summary comes from parlays that were lost, or somebody that actually bought SPAR and just staked it. Okay, so this shows the total that she has locked up. This shows the principal return. So and also, so you see principal return and you see active positions 4. Essentially what that means is she has 4 open stake positions, and she's gotten $613.98 back from unstaking. So let's dig into that a little bit deeper, right? So in order for that to happen, let's say this was one transaction, all right? But I believe this was actually 2. So, but anyway, let's just say it was 1 or 2, really doesn't matter. If you double this number, that's how much money she would have lost elsewhere, right? Because she lost, what's that, $1,226 or $1,227 with the change or whatever. She's able to get 50% of that back in her pocket. So I'm only supposed to do 1 tab, but let me go to staking real quick to kind of show you guys something. So you see she has 4 active positions. She got $613.98 sent back to her. So if we go to staking, it shows her SPAR, shows the current value, shows rewards earned. Let's unstake one of these really quick here. So yeah, she had 2. Let's unstake another one. Okay, let's just do this one. So she has $613.98 staked here. If she unstakes it, she'll get $306.99 back. So once we do this, we should see that number increase plus $306.99, and her active position should go from 4 to 3. All right. And one fix we're doing now, you get confirmation that fix was there, but again, we're doing some maintenance in the background right now, so it's not there now, but it would show your SafeParlay has been unstaked, or your SPAR token has been unstaked. So what we see here is now it says it has been claimed. You can also see the value went up the exact same amount of money she got back. And let's go back to the dashboard. 3 active positions. You add the money that she got back to that, that's the principal return. So that's the money she got back from being on the platform. I think this is pretty cool. So ask any questions that you guys may have about this. Feel free to shoot me a DM, shoot me a text, ask up under this post right here. This is the dashboard for the SafeParlay platform, which should be launching tentatively April 2026. I'll be getting you guys a date as soon as we actually come up with one, and we will come up with one once we run all the tests. We make sure this thing runs without a hitch. That way you guys can get the best experience from the SafeParlay platform. So, all right, talk to you guys later.